Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever and whenever you are on this sweet, wild, sacred earth. I'm Julie Ling, and from the wild sweetness of my very own heart, this is the voice of wonder. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy that you're here. I invite you to simply let and watch and feel yourself settle into the moment and into your body, this now here that will never come again. Notice as the flute opens your heart. Notice your breath, how it breathes you, the most precious and important thing in life, already here for you, without having to ask or intend or demand or deserve. The breath is already here for you. And notice as you settle in into your heart and it opens a little more, maybe one more petal, into your belly, into the solar plexus, the place where your inside sun dwells. Notice how it softens and glows. Beautiful, beautiful golden yellow like the sun. Notice how you settle a little deeper, a little further into your low belly, the part where the senses dwell, where you ride the orange tiger. And further down into the singing bowl of your hips, settling there like the most comfortable, easy chair you've ever known, resting inside this body so that you can be a little more here, a little more present to this moment that will never ever come again. And noticing any static just settles like so much confetti that's been thrown up, settles down and down and just floats out through your hips, your knees, your feet, settling into the earth like so much sacred dust. Dust settling back into the earth where it can be nourishing. And you rest and settle even deeper into your hips. Hmm. Just noticing how you can settle in a little more deeply, be a little more present. And here's the thing that wants to be spoken today. I've been thinking the last few days about receiving. I noticed that there were some things that I'd been wanting for a long time, was very aware that they weren't present, and feeling like it would be irresponsible to get them. And some of them were really small things that just didn't feel important enough to let myself have, like a beautiful herringbone weave lightweight blanket, some other things that were small but symbolic. And I waited a long time for some of them, and a couple more arrived yesterday. And I took the blanket out of the bag, and then I noticed that I'd wanted this for a long time. It was something I picked out a couple of years ago when it had gone on sale, and I ordered it for myself, and I've been too warm at night as it's beginning to warm up here where I live. And I didn't feel any joy when I opened it, which surprised me. And I kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And I realized that somehow when it had come, some part of me had left. Some part of me had just like, shh, I'm out of here. That didn't feel safe for me to receive. And so I left. And then I couldn't really receive it. And before I went to bed last night, I put it on my bed, and I noticed that it felt soft and lovely and admired the weave, but it was all up here. And I think so often we want more because it came from a place of wanting. And so when the thing arrives, what we get is the want. And here I have this thing that I would have loved, that I would love if I could actually let myself receive it. But that part of me is still leaving like Roadrunner when I go to actually touch it. The package arrived and it was hours before I opened it. Granted, I was cooking something else and it was messy, but I forgot. I forgot for a couple hours after checking several times a day to see if the package was on its way for several days. And so I want to invite you now just to notice, where are you not receiving because you are not home? You are not there. You might go through the motion of opening the door and receiving the package, but the part of you that would receive it, the part of you that would love it, has checked out because it doesn't feel safe to receive. And if this isn't true for you, bravo, just listen to the flute. And my guess is it's true for a lot of us. So, first of all, to notice where it's the wanting that's alive in you. And wanting is different from having what you love. And sometimes when we don't practice having what we love, when it comes, either we don't recognize it because we haven't even practiced what it looks, feels, tastes, smells like, how we feel in our body when we have it. But we can't receive it because we don't know how. And partly we don't know how because it didn't feel safe. Maybe I'll just play and let you drop into the feeling space and notice what's alive in you. As I lean in, there's a hollowness inside of me, this wanting and seeing it in front of me and not feeling safe to receive it. And now I want you to remember how you felt a couple of minutes ago, noticing the breath that's already here for you. You're still breathing, even though you weren't wanting it. You weren't focusing that you'd love it. You weren't thinking about it at all. And people say, oh yeah, water's so important. We can't live for more than a few hours without water. Well, you can't live for more than a few minutes without the breath. And it's here. It's already here without your deserving. And there's nobody walking up saying, stop breathing. There won't be enough for me. There's nobody saying, who are you to breathe? Who are you to take that deep breath? Knock it off. You don't get to breathe. What if, just as you deserve this breath because you are here breathing, and that's how we know, you deserve the things that you would love? And what if receiving them doesn't take away from anybody else any more than your breathing takes away from anyone else. When you receive the things that you need and the things that you would love, that you have more to give, that your cup can overflow, and then there is no giving. It's just overflowing. What if, just for this moment, you invite that possibility in, that you're already worthy? I think of it as a given in geometry. It's not anything you ever have to prove. If you are here in a body breathing, you deserve to be breathed. And you deserve the things you need, the things you love. And when you let yourself receive them, you have, by your presence of being, more to offer those around you. And notice how just that thought, that possibility, helps you settle back more into your body, into the moment, into presence. I invite you to think of one thing that you've been given that's come to you that you haven't been able to let yourself receive, that's still wrapped in tissue or still in its box or tucked away in a closet, that some part of you is afraid you didn't really deserve. Or because you were so practiced in the wanting of it that you couldn't find the having of it. Sometimes I wonder whether so many of us have become so grabby and we just want more and more and still more. There's a line in Eddie E. Cummings' poem, want more and more and still more. What the hell are we all, morticians? Because we've gotten so good at practicing the wanting and not the receiving. We get it and we put it away. What's the next thing? What if you receive a little bit more of what you have today? What if you receive a little bit more of the beauty outside your window, or in your own eyes in the mirror, or in the eyes of people you love? What if when someone gives you a compliment, you smile, look them in the eye and say, "Thank you so much"? What if today you practice just a little bit more, just 1 degree more of receiving what you already have? Opening the package, removing the tissue paper, drinking out of the china cup you inherited from your grandmother that stays in the cupboard and never gets used. Unless you just enjoy looking at them, what's the point of that? Even if it breaks, how sad it's music to die inside of it. Today, just for the moments that you remember it, please let yourself receive. Let yourself open to having the thing that you would have loved. Let yourself settle into the having of it and let go of the wanting of it. Maybe if more of us let ourselves receive what we already have, we'd all be happier. There'd be more for all of us. There'd be more peace. There'd be more grace. There'd be more kindness and less jealousy, because we would let ourselves have what we already have. That is my desire for you today. So today, may you receive a little more. May you lean into having what you love and having the things around you that are already there that you love. May you notice when you are in the energy of wanting or not wanting and shift just a tiny bit more into the energy of already having, receiving, letting yourself come be a little more at home so you can open up your door to what's on the other side of it. Maybe ready to give you a big hug and a sloppy kiss. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Julie Ling, inviting you to let your heart sing with what you already have and receive it just a little bit more. Have a beautiful and blessed day.